Welcome back to my channel, where we delve into the fascinating world of Hollywood. Today, we're unveiling the top 10 actors that Hollywood won't cast anymore. From once beloved stars to promising talents, these individuals have found themselves on the sidelines. Join us as we uncover the reasons behind their fall from grace and the challenges they now face. Let's dive in. Kirk Cameron got his introduction into Hollywood at a young age, as he was a child star and appeared in many different TV shows and films. He is best known for his role as Mike Seaver in the sitcom Growing Pains for 7 seasons, but also appeared in movies like Father Like Son and Listen to Me. However, Kirk Cameron is hardly known as an actor anymore and more known these days for his radical Christian views. He speaks all day long about his beliefs toward religion, homosexuals and more, which has led to him being essentially blacklisted from Hollywood. Whether he is doing interviews on TV shows or social media, Cameron cannot keep his religious views and beliefs to himself. Renee Zellger, this talented lady was a huge hit in the Hollywood scene. Able to pull off adorable, dangerous, and hilarious, she could handle whatever movie they decided to throw at her. Doing equally well in both Chicago and Bridget Jones's Diary, it seemed that she could do no wrong. That is until she ended up getting overwhelmed by a string of duds and dubious parts. She took herself out of stardom, citing the fact that she wanted to grow up a little. We're impressed by her capacity for self-awareness, and it's clear she made a good choice. Her hiatus brought her back looking healthier and happier, and she managed to regain her place in Hollywood through the 3rd Bridget Jones installment. Freddy Prince Jr. was the Hollywood it guy for nearly a decade, starting with I Know What You Did Last Summer in 1997 and extending through his sitcom Freddy from 2005-2006. After the failure of Freddy came a few go-nowhere roles, followed by the infamous disaster Delgo in 2008, which would go down in history as one of the lowest-grossing box office openings of all time. Pivoting back to TV, Prinze Jr. seemed to pick a winner again with a solid role on 24, except that turned out to be a nightmare. He said, "I just wanted to quit the business after that. So, I just sort of stopped." And he really did. Aside from a few bit parts, Prinze Jr. has mostly pursued voice work since his ill-fated run-in with Jack Bauer. He released a cookbook and started a second book specifically geared toward gaming, which is apparently Prinze Jr.'s true passion. Jim Caviezel was a decently known actor in the late 1990s, but one role, in particular, put him on the map. Whether it was good or bad for his career is still up for debate. Caviezel starred as Jesus Christ in the 2004 movie, The Passion of the Christ, which was directed by Mel Gibson. The R-rated recap of Jesus' last days was financially successful but caught a ton of flack for being controversial and overly violent. Even before filming, Caviezel was told by Gibson that he might get shunned from Hollywood thanks to this role. Turns out he was right. While he has had some small and recurring roles here and there is no doubt that his role as Jesus turned some people off from hiring him again. Sandra Lock. This is a bit of an older example than others on this list, but there is no doubt Sandra Lock was blacklisted for quite a while. Lock made her film debut back in the late 1960s and was nominated for the Best Supporting Actress Oscar in her very first role in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. She went in to star in many other films over the next few years and was a talented director too. She was dating Clint Eastwood for a long time, and when the couple went through a messy breakup in 1989, she found herself essentially blacklisted from many of the different studios in Hollywood. Most people believe that Eastwood used his considerable star power to leave her out in the cold. This lasted for about a decade, and when she did finally return to regular work, her career was never able to get back to where it once was.
For years now, I've taken all my...
Vince Vaughn. A little over a decade ago, Vaughn was one of the busiest and most successful actors in Hollywood. He starred in many classic comedies and was popular with fans for being a quick-witted and lovable guy. However, as of recently, he hasn't been nearly as active in Hollywood. It seems like his prime as an actor has long since passed him by. His blacklisting has been more subtle and is mainly due to his own limited range as an actor and his political views. While there's nothing wrong with being a conservative, when you publicly say that there should be guns in all schools to prevent mass shootings, that is something that studios might want to distance from. He has also proven to be unable to excel in any role that is a goofy comedy, probably co-starring with Owen Wilson, as seen by his season on HBO's True Detective. Stacy Dash is an actress and talk show host who rose to fame after her role in Clueless and on the Fox News show Outnumbered. Nowadays, however, she is mostly known for her very controversial views. Dash openly voted for Barack Obama in 2008, but sometime between 2008 to 2012 she made a radical shift and began to be very outspoken about her conservative views. Now, again, nothing wrong with being a conservative, but she was doing outrageous things like calling for the end of Black History Month, which got her fired from Fox. In 2016, she made controversial comments about transgendered people, putting her in more hot water with the often liberal Hollywood philosophies. These extreme beliefs and her inability to keep them to herself has likely been a reason why she doesn't get big roles anymore.
Thursday's episode of the Dr. Oz show, the 54-year-old
Rose McGowan, while she hasn't been an angel throughout her career making some insensitive remarks at times, McGowan didn't deserve to be blacklisted in the fashion she has been. McGowan is likely best known among her fans for her 5-year-long run on the TV series, Charmed. After the events of 2017, though, many people now know her as one of the people who helped out the disgusting acts of Harvey Weinstein. He allegedly sexually assaulted her in the late 1990s. While she didn't press charges, they reportedly settled out of court. Since then, Weinstein has reportedly tried to blacklist her from Hollywood and bury the films she has been a part of. It's definitely been a while since McGowan has been offered any sort of lead role in something big.
Thing out of his mouth. God damn it! I just had an LA Times expose.
Jessica Alba, having a crummy resume can make it difficult to land a job anywhere, especially in Hollywood. Take Jessica Alba, for example, who racked up 5 Razzie nominations and 1 win in her mostly disappointing career, thanks to flops such as Fantastic Four, Awake, and The Eye. She later tried to place some of the blame on bad scripts and first-time directors, but when high-profile publications such as the New York Times start referring to your acting as vapid, surely that's not a screenwriter's fault. Still, the experience of working on bad movies seems to have weighed heavily on Alba. In 2010, she admitted to Elle magazine that she almost quit acting after a director told her to cry pretty. She's also admitted she really stopped acting at 27 inches and has said in recent interviews that acting isn't really her top priority. Tippi Hedren started her career as a fashion model in her early 20s but got her big break in Hollywood after being discovered by filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock. Hedren would go on to star in 2 of Hitchcock's films, the suspense thriller The Birds, 1963, and the psychological drama Marnie, 1964, but relations between the pair soon turned ugly. Hitchcock reportedly made a number of sexual advances towards Hedren, who promptly turned him down and told the filmmaker that Marnie would be their last film together. An enraged Hitchcock threatened to ruin her career and refused to release Hedren from her contract and prevented her from getting work for 2 years before finally selling the contract in 1966. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new video. I post new videos every day, so you'll always have something new to watch. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll come back and watch more of my videos soon.